is Eslavi Parker. And she has an amazing background and also a tremendous vision on changing the way we look at investments and our lives and wealth building. So Eslavi.
Yes, thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Well, like Amy said, I am Eslavi Parker, and I am the founder, CEO, and owner of Evolved Homes. Evolved Homes is an opportunity for accredited investors of color to invest in premium luxury real estate. And I'll share a little bit on how I got to this point. So I am currently a very proud global hospitality leadership student here at Georgetown University at the School of Continuing Studies. And last fall, I decided to take a step back because I've had the opportunity to really explore the entrepreneurial ecosystem here in DC. And I really wanted to give myself that chance to dig a little deeper into entrepreneurial opportunities and avenues within hospitality specifically. And so as my professors tell me and are huge advocates of, they tell me to always be learning. So although I took a semester off, I was diving deep and discovering areas of opportunity and ownership in hospitality. And one thing that I realized from my vast experience in hospitality for over 20 years plus is that typically when you talk about hospitality, hospitality is focused on the management and operations side. And so one thing I was really keen on discovering is how can hospitality and ownership live in the same space? So I did some digging and found information on an amazing segment of hospitality on the residential side called branded residences. And these are like your Waldorf Astoria residences and the Ritz-Carlton residences. And diving a little bit deeper, wanting to get to the crux of the ownership piece, I discovered I discovered vacation clubs. And so one thing that I thought was really powerful about vacation clubs, and considering how interested I am in venture capital and entrepreneurship, was that vacation and destination clubs leverage a private equity model. And so my wheels got turning. And so my background, in the venture space, I also love to look at, how we can make things equitable and create socially engaging solutions that actually support folks and create opportunities for this unequitable target markets. And so I decided to create an opportunity that actually leveraged the power, luxury residential hospitality and destination clubs to really support the wealth disparity and the racial wealth gap. And so as we know, private equity typically falls within one class, which is accredited investors. And so that makes the market that we're targeting really niche for this particular solution. And so this really spurred me just wanting to learn more, who I could get involved. And so this is my current team. It's myself, my amazing team of my board of advisors, Sean Hazel, and I've also partnered with Core Architectural and Design, Schumann Rogers Private Information, and TIL, which is our general counsel. And so during the course of SLI, I was really fortunate to come into this opportunity. I wanted to look at developing a revenue model, performing market surveys, and developing a sponsorship outreach for fundraising or roadshow activities. And so through this amazing time with my mentors, we really capitalized a lot of things, kind of diving deep into the opportunities of where this concept could really create value in the market. So number one, we wanted to look at how we could de-risk this whole thing. And one of them is looking at the capital stack and the proposed fundraise in order to develop this venture. Understanding the market is a really key one. And then we slid into creating an opportunity for expressions of interest from the surveys that we will be leveraging to understand the market. And so as of right now, I have 2 expressions of interest that if they were to have a dollar value attached to them would be valued at $200,000, which is a great start at developing real estate assets. But we have some ways to go in order to create that superior appreciation value. And so what we're doing right now is we're looking at, this is a beautiful slide that we kind of dove into for the pre-launch. And what we're looking to do as we move forward is continuing our market surveying from July to August to really dive deep into the crux of the value proposition for our target market. We would love to publish a report that will help us lean into the opportunity in the market and also to source a real estate finance team member who can help balance out the hospitality side that I come into as an advantage. And then post-graduation and capstone, the idea would be to launch our first fund. And so I just want to say thank you to Georgetown University, who has on many fronts supported me, and most specifically Georgetown Entrepreneurship and SLI and my mentors. And so feel free to scan this if my presentation resonated with you on any front. I would love to have accredited investors of color join us in creating a highly market differentiating opportunity to access and also enjoy premium residential real estate. Thank you.
Your hospitality background serves you well in making presentations. As I've told you many times, I am so impressed with your ability, natural sales ability, and what we've seen is how you've begun to really focus on the pathway to getting your ultimate dream. And I'm beyond impressed. But I'd like to hear what your mentors had to say. So Mona and Neil, is it Mona who will be talking today or Neil? Neil, great.
I'm talking on behalf of Mona, so I will attempt to do it as eloquently as Mona would have. Congrats, SLV. Congrats. This is, as you guys can see through her excellent presentation, I think Mona and I figured out very early on, SLV is incredibly passionate and poised and persuasive, right? What she may not have shared on that slide, that $200,000 was an expression of interest even at the beginning of this presentation. So the concept alone of I'm going to go do something and there are people lining up to give her money and support her her vision, right? So I think it's in my opinion, and Mona and I've talked about this, it's the most important skill set I think when you are launching a business is the ability to persuade other people about your vision, whether that happens to be investors or potential employees, a bank, a development partner. First point is incredibly happy to be working with you. We both, I think, share with you, we requested to work with you because we think there's a big opportunity with what you're doing. I think, one of the things that that came out through this project, and I think is probably relevant to a number of the ventures in the program, and not just this program, but in years past, is just I think there's a lot of times when we start a company, we imagine the end result of that enterprise and all the different tentacles that business goes into, right? And we imagine ourselves effectively Apple, right? We're at the top of the world and we control everything. But I think what's a great learning opportunity with the SLI, and I think what the SLI does a great job of, is kind of honing on, for your particular opportunity, where should you start? Because Apple really started with one particular product and they made that great. And in this particular venture, right, with Evolved Homes, there's the opportunity to create a fund and secure a ton of capital and figure out how to manage investment returns. There's the opportunity to develop a building or a series of buildings in multiple markets. There's an opportunity to manage property ongoing and support. So I think one of the things that we really talked about together with SLV was around where do we focus and where's the biggest value add you have. And I think the other thing I would just say, and I think Carolyn in that previous venture around logistics, Red Hulk Logistics really talked about is the customer, right? Because I think if we were to oversimplify entrepreneurship, it's fundamentally, and the process you undertook, SLV, it's my hypothesis is X. I'm going to talk to as many people in the target customer group as I possibly can and whittle down this carving to figure out exactly what they want and what the white space is, and then figure out how to offer them something and get them to convert. So congratulations. This is an awesome process. And I think you show that on the side, you've got a journey, right? And you've got a really good outlook on how you're going to take this and in terms of learning over the period. So Mona and I just want to congratulate you.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks,
I'm
Neil.
sure we're all echoing that. Thanks so much.